Hi, so my name is Shivam and you are?
Anjali?
Shub.
Shubh. So there was a question out there which said, is it normal to consume dog meat, right? And I saw that you took notice of that, so would like to take your opinion. What do you think of it?
See, the place I am belonging to, there people they usually they eat dog's meat, but I feel like eating anyone like it's everything like red meat. Red meat it has like if you are a non-vegetarian you can obviously eat, and if you feel like people they say we should not eat like.
No, but today we're not talking about people. We're talking about the three of us. Okay. So what is your opinion? Is it okay to eat dog meat?
No, I don't prefer dog meat.
Never. I have a dog personally, and the love the dog shows now. I can't compromise it to like eating it out. Like I cannot think it's a nightmare.
So you say it's not okay to eat dog meat?
It's a crime. I should say it should be declared as a crime. They have particular emotions towards the human. They can give their life for humans. There are many cases for that.
Yeah.
I say that dogs shouldn't be eaten anywhere, and it should be made a crime.
Okay, so and the reason you say that why they should not be eaten is because they show love and compassion to human beings?
They have a very pure emotions towards human. I feel like their emotions are compared to no one because their love is unconditional.
So that love is something which would happen only if you know the dog personally, right? I'm sure that you are saying this because you are thinking about your own dog. But there are a lot of other dogs who you would not even meet, who you would not even know. Do you think it's okay to consume those dogs then?
I have seen dogs which I just have given food once. They show the same love as my dog do. They come to me, they sit there, they roll out in front of me. Even the dogs which I don't feed, they also love me a lot. So I can never.
If there is a dog that doesn't love you, then is it okay to consume that dog?
Never, because there are many cases. I am a person dog. Like I have many dogs. Like so, like dogs have typical mood. Like you can also tell from the tail also if they are down, they are sometimes disturbed or they have some disease, rabies. Like if they have rashes, they have become like so angry of that. So there are cases. But
So essentially, you are saying that they have
feelings,
hence it's not okay to inflict pain and suffering on them.
Never. They shouldn't be treated like that. Never.
So that's a good point. Then love is essentially not the strong point. Even if some dog is moody, some dog is arrogant or rude, but that's okay as long as they have individuality, as long as they have strong feelings, as long as they can feel pain and suffering. We should not inflict pain and suffering on them, right?
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Thing I feel too, but the thing is, what I feel is not just dog. Everyone in every individual has their own life, and none of them should be killed.
Okay, so that's a good point, and that's where I was going further. I would like to ask you about your eating habits. So, are you both non-vegetarians?
Yeah, we both are non-vegetarians, but we are against that. Like having chicken or mutton, people they say that red meat should not be taken. Like we generally we don't have like cows and all because in Hinduism people they should not have. But the thing is again for Muslim people it's all correct. So we say like for them.
So let's keep in general religion out of this. We'll just like I said earlier, we'll talk about our perspective. Okay. You said you are a non-vegetarian and then you made a very interesting point that you are against it as well.
Yeah, right.
So which essentially means like the questions that I asked for the dog, right? Same thing is applicable if you think for goat as well, for chicken as well, and even for the dairy animals as well who give milk and then later on are sent to the beef industry, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But, like I am like more towards the dogs. Like I am centric towards dogs.
Why?
Like for them, like I don't know. I don't have feeling for chicken or mutton. Like I eat them, but because I am eating from childhood, maybe that's why I don't have a feel for them. But for dog, I say I love it.
Okay. Then what about people who don't have feeling for dogs? They can give the same argument. And what about people who are probably conditioned to eat dogs? And I'll go one step ahead. People who perpetrate crime on other human beings more often than not comes from the same thought process that they do not have amicable feelings towards the other human, and that's why they inflict pain. So the larger point that I'm trying to drive here is that it doesn't matter if we have feeling for someone else or not. It's a basic etiquette not to harm or inflict pain on anyone, like we discussed for dogs, who's capable of feeling pain and suffering, right? And that is true of chickens, that is true of goats and all the other animals on who we inflict pain for our taste pleasure, mostly for our taste pleasure, sometimes for our fashion pleasure as well, and there are other instances as well, right? Earlier you said that inflicting pain on dog is a crime. I'm making the argument that inflicting pain on chicken is also a crime. It's not legalized yet, right? Legally it's not a crime, but from moral standpoint, it is, in my opinion, it's unjust and unethical. So what do you think of that?
Actually, I just agree with your point. It is not good to like inflict pain on any of the like animal, but it's more about like eating habit of that, like
But
from childhood.
yeah, but then so you are agreeing with my point.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But your further point is because of habit, it is made.
Yeah, we can't change.
But imagine changing a habit. In general, they say take 21 days for us to change our habits, right? But think from the perspective of the animal. We are not changing our habits, and it's costing them their whole life. And not just their life, but they are also kept in a very painful environment, like their whole life up until the point when they are killed.
Yeah, I know
That's a
about
painful
the
life.
poultry farms, the poultry farms and the farms in which the cows and the buffaloes are bred. They have a pathetic condition for breeding them. They are like fed on hormones and other things.
That's true. So then you know the reality, and probably till now you haven't thought of it. You have thought about dogs, but not everyone else.
Actually, my
Then-
mind don't want to think about it. It's
Yeah, exactly. So in psychology we call it willful ignorance. When you know that something is going wrong, but we want to shut our eyes and we don't want to know the reality. But subconsciously we know the reality.
consciously I know that.
And today you know consciously as well because you met me. Plus I'll be also sharing some resource cards with you to go through it further. Now you know the reality. You acknowledge it. Now the only question is, will you change your reality and at least ensure that you don't become the reason for inflicting pain and suffering on other animals?
Like I focus on mainly free poultry farms, so like they are less suffered up, but I don't feel that I will change for the non-vegetarian
But-
thing, like for truly.
But why? You said right that, and even like free poultry farm and organic range and free range and organic farming, even they are mostly namesake because eventually someone is being killed for our pleasure, right? Which is wrong. Doesn't matter if they had slightly better life than the regular poultry farms. It's still inflicting pain and suffering on them. It's still an injustice that's happening to them because of us directly.
But it's like personal choice. Like I feel from inside that I cannot leave it. Like non-veg one part, I don't know why,
But so you talked about personal choice now. First you talked about habit. Now you talked about personal choice.
yeah.
But personal choice has to be personal. It can't be qualified as a personal choice if there is a victim associated with our choice, right?
Yeah, I know. I am very conscious about the point that there is a victim behind it. Someone is being killed, but still.
And I'll just to stir you further, not that I'm trying to compare you with anyone, but I'm trying to compare the oppressor mindset, right? So I'm giving you a very strong example. If you take the examples of pedophiles, right, who inflicts pain and suffering on children, some of the rationale that they give is very similar to like we give. I'm saying we because I was a non-vegetarian once, right? I have changed, so I'm speaking on behalf of all of us, right? Some of the rationales that we give as humans, right, that the animals can't speak, it's my personal choice, but then from the victim's perspective, it is costing them their whole life. So to have consistency in what you think and to align it with your actions, don't you think that you should change your actions?
Like I feel like I have decreased the habit of eating non-veg. Like the
But how will you feel if a pedophile says that I used to exploit 10 children at one point in time, now I'm exploiting only 7 children, so I'm gradually...
Changes come with time. It changes come with time. In this case, I don't compare myself to the pedophile.
No, I'm not comparing you once again. I'm saying I'm talking about we.
not-
Yeah.
I got your point, but the changes would come with time. I cannot leave it immediately.
But had it been a human victim, you would have shifted immediately, right?
I would have shifted immediately.
But then why, from the perspective of feeling pain and suffering, humans and animals are same? I'm not saying we are same in all regard. We have different. Even two individual human beings are different. But from the perspective of feeling pain and suffering, we are same, right?
Yeah, same. But it's like a long discussion. Like I can't feel.
It's not a long discussion. You just need to change. I mean, and the good thing is we are in Bangalore. We have a very strong vegan community. So all of us here are vegans, right? Which means we do not consume any animal-derived product as long as possible, right? So eating habits, for sure, we have quit all the animal-derived products, and it's not that big of a change. And like they say, charity begins at home. You can say something is wrong, but as long as you don't correct your course of action, it will continue to go wrong.
I have found many alternatives like the soy milk and the better meat. They are making good products for the vegans.
So then can you think of a ultimatum in your head that by this date I'll definitely
Yeah,
convert?
if awareness is spread, like if these products spread on a commercial scale and they match the level, so it would be very easy to shift to from
Yeah,
there.
I mean, they are going to make your life slightly easier, but again, from an ethical standpoint, my argument is even if these products are not there and my survival is not questioned, it is still okay to consume plant-based products because in India, dal, chawal, chana, chola, all of these are plant-based products, right? So we have everything we need for our nutritional standpoint. Of course, there's the taste aspect, and that's where the mock meats and the soya milks and everything else is coming into picture, right? Will you go ahead and do an honest research on veganism and then think about going vegan?
Yeah, I would go into it. I would read out texts and other things, and if possible, I would be try to shifting towards veganism as soon as possible.
Yeah, as soon as possible. Just a random ballpark number if you can commit.
Yeah, it would take time. I say 1 year, but
Why 1 year?
1 year it would take.
Why 1 year? 1 year you'll
It's like
still be in
cigarettes. It's like
No, it's not cigarette. So people give the example of cigarette. Cigarette is again the victim is only us. So if we are doing it slowly, no one else is being harmed unless we are doing passive smoking.
say the habit has been added to the mind, so it would take time to leave the habit. I say 1 year is my timeline.
So in next 1 year you'll surely go vegan.
Yeah, I would say I would read out. Okay.
Okay. So you're making this promise on camera. I'll get back to you after 1 year. I'll find you somehow. Thank you so much for saying that, and I will also get you added in a Bangalore transitioning vegan group where you can post your queries on how to make this transition easier. But all that, like I said earlier, it's just for you to make your life easier. But please think about the victim more than you think about your habit, then it will be a faster switch. Yeah. But thank you so much for your time. I will share some resource card with you as well.